You can crack open yours. Mine's pre-cracked.
A little
So I guess we're recording
ASMR.
then.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? It's the 9 to 5 boys. It is your host. I'm Gil. This is Erik.
Shalom.
Um, Shalom.
I need to get better lighting in here. I swear to God, I need better
It's
lighting.
the start of the episode. We're already here. Okay.
Yeah,
We're
have you
not
been telling
drunk. We
Murray like
swear.
3 IPAs in?
You've had how many? How many did you drink? 3. You said.
3, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean, I had a White Russian with dinner, so and I did a halfer, so it was like 2 ounces. Anyway, I'm drinking
Nice.
a twisted tea. It's the peach flavor.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, for that cocktail idea that I presented where I add some Stillhouse vodka and a couple lemon wedges, preferably what twisted tea would you like to use? Classic, half and half, peach?
I would probably say the original, yeah. The
Yeah.
half and half is already like it's half lemonade, half tea, so it's like an Arnie Palmer, I think. That's what an
Yeah.
Arnie Palmer is, right? It's lemonade and tea.
Lemonade and tea, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, that's man. That guy was cooking. He had some heat.
I know. You're drinking Twisted Tea. I am drinking No Vacancy IPA by Firestone Walker and Alvarado Street Brewing Company.
That's a really cool label. It's like
I
really
know.
trippy. Um,
Yeah, it's like some shit out of like Palm Springs if you took a bunch of acid and went there.
no, bet totally.
Yeah.
What happened for us? Did we talk about? Oh yeah, so I was gonna catch Saw. We were talking about that in the last episode, and I did end up catching that.
Oh, you did watch it. How did you like it?
So I actually I was really impressed. I mean, I could see why it's a classic, and I think if they had just stuck on that one, it probably would have been. I'm curious to see what the sequels have in store. But I think the first one works really well on its own, and I I like the twist at the end where. Okay, so like spoilers for those who haven't seen Saw, but it's like it's a 20-year-old movie. Oh my god, it's like it's almost 20 next year.
Yeah.
Um, so if you haven't seen it by now, I mean, like, well, I haven't seen it until now. So, and then it also this got spoiled for me on the internet, so it kind of would have been nicer if I didn't know about it. But like, so the plot of the movie, you've seen it, right?
No, but I know about the spoiler. If you're talking about someone being in the room with them, I fucking know. I know.
Well, yeah. So it's like these guys wake up in a room not knowing where they are. They're chained to pipes, and there's a dead guy who like supposedly killed himself, right?
Yeah.
Turns out that dude's alive, and so at the very at the end of it all, at the end of the game or whatever they're doing, like he gets up and starts just walking out. It's like crazy. It's kind of a crazy ending,
Yeah.
and no one really wins either. You don't really know if anyone wins. So it's kind of fucked in that way. But I do appreciate that. It's really well done. I was very surprised.
Yeah. Well, they
Some of the
expand more on his like
dialogues.
mythology and like why he's doing everything he does. So.
No, totally. And they gave glimpses of that in this first movie, and I think again, if like just watching this one, I think like if they had, you know, I think they explained it enough. I'm trying to recall because like I mean, they pretty much went over why he was doing what he's doing. Um, and I like the way the story's told. It's like in flashback sequences and stuff, and there's back and forth, and there's like a
Yeah.
couple stories going on, and it's all part of like one big game, and it's really cool. It's really well done. So I was very impressed. It's actually quite good, and it features the reverse bear trap thing, which is like
Oh.
crazy. And so that sequence was hard to watch. It was actually really cool. It's less of a scary movie and more of a thriller. Definitely like it starts with some of the gore porn, and then I'm sure it gets worse as the movies go on.
Yeah, it just gets
Yeah,
increasingly fucked up.
but it's really interesting. It's really well done. It's really cool. It's shot in such a James Wan way, which is like that's fine. It's his style. Um,
Hey, he walked in that franchise just so he can like run with Insidious because that is like his magnum opus. That and The Conjuring as well.
he did the Insidious movies
Yeah,
and The Conjuring.
yeah,
Wow, he's like okay. Wow, that's gassed up. That's really dope. I mean, like those
yeah.
movies are sick. I love. I loved Insidious Chapter 2. That freaked me the fuck out the first time I saw it, dude. That shit was crazy.
Oh yeah, that evil mother spirit, like Jesus Christ. I assume she's a nice lady, but goddamn is she creepy in that movie.
She was great in that movie. Oh my god, she
Yeah,
scared the fuck out of me, dog. Scared the row 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 your boat scene that scared my tits off, dude.
I know, right?
So, and then speaking of horror movies, and then Friday night, my girl and I went to go see Talk to Me, which I
Right,
think we
right.
briefly touched on last episode. Which honestly, dude, I highly recommend you go check that out. That was really cool. It was really well done. The main actress is like phenomenal. The setup is really dope. The story it's telling, it's about like spirits and stuff, and it's a game among high schoolers about connecting with these spirits. They're not taking it seriously, but then it gets serious, and it's like, oh shit, it's
Yeah.
scary sometimes, dude. It is. It's not the scariest thing I've ever seen, but man, there's some shit. And then there's like a horrible scene of like some self mutilation. It's pretty intense, dude, but it's really cool. It's a really cool movie.
Yeah.
Definitely recommend you check it out. It's fucked up, but it's cool.
Yeah, no. And just to circle back to James Wan for a brief moment, let me tell you the films that he directed, all right? Sorry. He
Yeah,
directed Saw, Insidious 1, Insidious Chapter 2, The Conjuring 2, Aquaman, and Malignant.
he directed Aquaman.
Yeah. And those are just the movies he directed. He wrote, like, for Saw Rebirth, Saw 3, Insidious, Conjuring 2. Like, he's been on the map, bro. And The Nun. Oh, granted, that story was kind of weak, but,
I
that's
heard bad
whatever.
things about the Nun. The Nun 2 trailer though, it was funny that played before the Meg 2 when I went to go see that in theaters with my girl and her mom. And that scared the shit apparently out of both myself and her mom. And so like we both apparently jumped in the theater. I jumped so much I spilled the fucking popcorn tub. I'm not even kidding.
Like,
'Cause
not
there's
all of
like,
it, I hope, right? Just the
well, not all
little...
of it, but like
Okay.
the good top portion. Oh, and then actually, Talk to Me was so good that like me and Kate stopped eating our popcorn. We got through like the first like fifth of it, and then we were just like silent and focused on the movie the rest of the movie. Couldn't even eat my popcorn.
Man, now I have to go see this movie. I'm planning on seeing The Last Voyage of the Demeter on Wednesday, so
Oh, I need
yeah.
to see that one. Tell me how that is, man. I want to go see that shit.
Oh, I'll let you know. And I just saw The Shape of Water recently because I knew we were going to talk about it. And then just today, I literally just started Dracula on Netflix.
Oh,
The
the
miniseries, not the
yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah.
No, sweet. Yeah. Oh, dude, that first episode is gas. The last two episodes, the second and third are they don't hold up as well. I mean, they're
Yeah.
like the second one focuses on the Demeter, which is a cool episode. There's some twists, but it's just kind of overall lackluster compared to the first episode. And the third episode is him being awake in like modern times, and like it's
Ah.
interesting. But yeah, the first episode's gas. That was amazing. I just fucking phenomenal, dude. It was just every it was sweet. Yeah, no, you're gonna enjoy that. And then
And I
I
knew
need
I
to.
recognized the guy who played Dracula. I'm like, where have I seen this guy from? And lo and behold, he's the major antagonist in The Northman. He's Fjolnir.
He plays Fjolnir.
Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not. I thought he looked familiar for sure, but
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of British actors, so they all just kind of recycle.
I
For the
mean,
most part.
he's not British, he's Danish, but close. I mean,
Oh, whoops, daisies.
yeah,
Well, I guess European would be a better blanket statement. So,
yeah. I mean,
so no,
Morpeth Clark is also in Dracula. She's Bina Murray, and she's English. So I mean Welsh, but I mean tomatoes, like Yeah,
yeah. The Shape of Water is really good too. I need to rewatch that. We were talking a little bit about that, weren't we?
we were, and that fucking blows my mind because like I was watching the movie. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this actress in like a number of other things, and lo and behold, she's in the movie Layer Cake, and I barely recognize her in the movie. She's so different from this character in The Shape of
Wait,
Water.
the mute girl, right?
Yeah,
Oh shit! No way. That's crazy.
yeah. She played a character called Slasher, and there's like a famous scene where she's like holding an Uzi.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Cool.
holy shit! Like she's got range. Damn.
Yeah, no, for real.
But yeah, no. Shape of
Yeah, that
Water
was
is
a phenomenal movie.
fantastic. It does. have like a great visual storytelling and whatnot. The timepiece and everything that it takes place in, everything about it is great. It is still a little off putting that she fucks the fish man. So there is
No,
that.
it's just that's the part that like he lost me a little bit there. I was like, they fuck, like, and I mean,
And I mean, it could have been
no,
like just subtle storytelling, like you just assume they fuck, but like no, they just went out and said like how
his
they
penis
literally show
retracts,
visually
whatever.
how it works. Like what?
His like the reason he doesn't the prosthetics doesn't have a cock is because he hides it. Like that's just a that's I don't
He
know. Lost me a little
unsheaths
bit
it like
there.
a literal sword.
I really one of my favorite parts of that movie. There's okay, so like it's overall it's a great movie. It's well done. Guillermo del Toro does a great job. I feel like I'm joshing on it a lot, but this it just cracked me up in the theater when I saw this. I was like, this is meme material. It was when Michael Shannon is like on his last breath. He's like, "Fuck, you are a god," and then he just kills him. And like I was like, that's hilarious. That's hilarious line delivery.
That is true. But yeah,
Just
no, overall, like
seeing that movie.
if you turn your brain off a little bit, it is a very cute story that subverts the typical movie monster genre where it's like, oh, damsel in distress, creature that is like not of God's creation, but like no, they just fall in love with each other. And honestly, the dance sequence that she imagines, it truly hits peak like subversion of the entire genre, which is amazing.
No, I love that. Yeah, I love that movie. I need to give it a rewatch. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought her neighbor was cool, the old man. I love
yeah,
that guy. Love that cat. Him and his pies and stuff.
yeah. I
Um,
love them as Step Brothers.
he's hilarious. And that so I sent you that interview a few weeks back on Instagram, but like he was talking about how he just improvised the fucking dinosaur speech.
Yeah.
And I think that's hilarious.
And he's just like, yeah, he's like, there's no way it's making it into the movie. And it's like, lo and behold, it is. And he's just like gushing over the fact that like John C. Reilly and like Will Ferrell are just like quick. They are just like, they're already in the zone and they're finally rolling with this.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I think they're so good together. I love when they make movies. Like they did great in Talladega Nights and Step Brothers. Didn't they do like a Sherlock Holmes movie together? I need to see that one.
They did. I heard it was bad, but I did hear from some reviewers that it is pretty entertaining. So, I mean, if you want to see like peak stupidity with like John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell just doing stupid shit together, that's your
Well, that's
jam.
Talladega Nights, bro. I think Talladega Nights is a great example of no, Step Brothers is also them being fucking
Yeah.
like stupid. I think it's
But
hilarious.
if you're trying to take it like an actual like Sherlock Holmes movie, then you're gonna have a bad time. So
Well, no, for sure.
yeah,
It's supposed to be a comedy. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I need to. What was the title of it? I don't even remember.
Holmes and Watson, I think. Yeah,
Oh,
I could be
okay. So it
wrong.
was okay. No, that probably makes sense.
I do want to see Strays though, because that one does sound like a lot of fun. I just don't know if I want to
Strays
see it
could
in
be really
theaters.
fun.
That's the thing.
I really wouldn't. Like
Yeah,
I don't think I would be losing much if I saw it in theaters, but I'm not losing much if I see it because I don't pay anything for the ticket because I already have the AMC Stubs thing.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, then
and,
there lies my dilemma. I can see it at home in the comfort of my home, and like for I assume relatively cheap, and I don't have to go through all that effort just to go out and go see it. But on the other hand, because I do like paying for my own tickets when I go to a theater, I like giving the studio, I like giving the actors my hard-earned money to have more content like this. I just don't know if I want to go through all that effort just to do that
no,
for
I
Strays.
completely understand. I think it would be worthwhile though. I think like it could be a gem, right? I
Yeah,
took a chance on like Joyride we saw in theaters, which is raunchy as fuck, but it was hilarious. It's really good. And surprisingly emotional. So like and I was watching an interview with it was like some podcast with Adam Devine. I think he might have been on Theo Vaughn's actually, and he was talking about how like there's like no comedy specific movies like anymore, and
yeah,
it is kind of crazy. Like I thought about it and I was like, yeah, there's no comedy movies. Blue Beetle came out this last weekend. I
yeah.
do. The problem is I've been hearing some good buzz about it, so I'm like, okay, maybe that could be good. But like I also like after the Flash, didn't that have like a good buzz as well and like was crap?
It did, and honestly, it was crap for so many different reasons. For starters, it was the
Not just the
last.
name attached to it, but
Yeah, I mean that was the biggest part of it, but the fact that it's
that
the
was kind of
last
a big
dying
dilemma.
breath of the main DC universe, Zack Snyder's DC universe, and then the fact that they just have the Michael Keaton cameo for like old heads out there just to keep people interested, and on top of that, the visual effects, it literally looks like cuts from like gameplay cutscenes to the actual gameplay itself, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, gamers.
No, that's no bueno. I
Yeah,
mean, but Blue Beetle looks cool. So I mean, and
yeah,
it sounds like it's good and emotional. Actually, I don't know. I'd have to read maybe some reviews and figure out what I think. But I'm
yeah.
also just take a chance to see it. Who knows? There's no problematic folks in that movie. I think so. That's I avoided Flash at all costs. And now I'm just not. I think it's on HBO Max now, right? I'm just not interested in watching it.
I think so. I still haven't seen the 4-hour Justice League cut because
I think that's worthwhile. I
okay,
think that's worthwhile. It is long, so I split it into two parts.
yeah,
But that kind of works. If you split it right at the 2 hour mark and watch it the other half like another day, you're like, okay, sweet. This isn't like too much.
okay.
Uh, but it is like it's just long, slow shots. But it's a more cohesive story. I think it's better written. But what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say like it in terms of like superhero movies, like it's definitely dying down. Like Blue Beetle, like sure it seems very interesting, and I'll definitely go see that at some point. But I don't know, like it's just not a whole lot of great like movies in that realm coming out. And then as far as comedy movies go, I think like the last one that ever generated like good buzz before Strays was probably No Hard Feelings, starring Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, that one actually got really good reviews, and I never got the chance to see it in theaters. We never got around to it. Me and Kate and I. And so I do want to see it though. I heard there's I heard there's full frontal with like her whole like vagina out, which is like crazy. And
Yeah, no,
like,
there's like I've heard of the scene, and it's like her getting into like a fist fight with some guys on the beach or something. So I'm like, bro, she's butt naked and beating the shit out of men on the beach. That's amazing. I love this.
no, for real. Yeah, so it might be worthwhile. And I like Jennifer Lawrence a lot. I think I
J
mean,
Law.
J Law. Yeah, I think she got
Yeah,
a lot of flack for as Mystique, but that's also like, I understand the makeup's a little hard, but like, you can handle it for a little bit just if you want to be true to the source material or whatever. But anyway, I'm not
especially
gonna say
with
anything.
character consistency too. Like with Rebecca Romaine, she knew exactly what she signed up for. She committed to it, and like
Because
it.
she was always trying to be presentable in her mutant form, which is the blue form, not being disguised or anything.
Yeah,
So when
exactly,
she's disguised, it feels less like Mystique. It feels like she's conforming, and that's not the character. That's the
exactly.
point, man. But
Yeah,
anyway, not gonna speak more on that. J Law is a great actress. She got an Oscar at 22, so
yeah,
fuck me, I guess.
yeah. I
What do
know,
I
right?
what do I know? But yeah, no hard feelings is good, and I'm not. I agree with you. I'm not particularly excited about comic book movies these days. I'm not at all buzzed about the Marvels, even though I really liked the girl who plays Miss Marvel. I actually really quite liked that show. I want to give it a rewatch just to get a second opinion.
I honestly think her is probably gonna be like the most like fun, energetic part of the movie. I guarantee you. Everything else is gonna be like try to be like dead serious in like this action adventure and whatnot, and she's gonna have like the lighthearted bits that actually make things funny.
Yeah, I think she's gonna. I think she's gonna carry that movie. Honestly, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what. But
which I think is probably better for the flow, anyways, because you want to have like a Marvel movie that does feel like the golden age of Marvel, which is like it takes itself pretty seriously, it wants to tell a great story, and it has some funny quips in it, but it doesn't overshadow everything else going on in the movie, you know?
no,
It's not
totally,
just
yeah,
funny all the time.
right, yeah. But
Yeah.
that's why I liked Guardians. Like it had a good balance of that. Like there were some really intense moments, and there was some really, really comedic moments. There was some really funny, lighthearted, and it was just balanced well. And I don't know how James Gunn does it, but he just does it, man.
It's because
I need to rewatch that movie. It's on Disney Plus now.
he just
So
doesn't give
good.
a fuck, and he wants to tell the story the way he wants to tell it, and it's a perfect balance of like him being a great filmmaker. He knows exactly what he wants to do, but he's also very well versed in the comic book world. So
Right, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
It's,
it's a perfect balance.
he's a huge nerd, but yeah, it's which is a good thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah, no, we're applauding James Gunn. James Gunn, you're fucking carrying, the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now so far.
No, absolutely, dude.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, he's gonna carry the fucking DC universe on his back like Sisyphus. Like, it's
I
gonna be
think he,
insane.
I think he will, dude. I think like, well, Sisyphus didn't carry anything on his back. He just pushed a boulder up. You're thinking Atlas maybe would be like the one carrying the world, but I
Yeah,
think
true.
correct you
Atlas would be the
and your
better
Greek
comparison.
gods.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to his projects in the future. I also there's just a lot of so much content to watch and rewatch.
Yeah.
I've been watching JoJo, so I just got to where they let's see,
Did
they're
you?
on their way to I think Pakistan, and they fought that car guy with the stand with that one stand.
Oh yeah, ZZ and his stand, Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I just finished
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune. We lost Abdul, Abdul. That's what it was.
Yeah. Muhammad Abdul.
The boy, dude.
I know. What a G.
And yeah, it's really cool stuff. I love that episode where Joseph was like fighting the infection stand on his arm, and like
Yeah.
and then he was like he went back to his old self where he's like, oh, I can predict what you're gonna say next and all that jazz. I was like, ah, shit, it's called back. That was cool. I like that shit.
And he tries using Hamon on it first. It's like, nah, bro, only a stand user can fight another stand user.
I think Joseph's like my favorite Joestar, man. I think he's just great.
Honestly, him and Josuke in Part 4 are like my top two favorites for sure.
Josuke,
They're the most relatable, honestly.
no, for sure. I mean, like Jonathan's cool. He's got a heart of gold. Jotaro is an asshole.
Yeah.
But Joseph's cool. Joseph's dope. He's kind of he just fucks around, but he's also got like a heart of gold. So like it's
Yeah.
cool. So anyway, yeah, I'm really enjoying the show, man. I'm really glad I'm picking back up on it. Because I really only remember I got through like part one. That's all I got through, and then I started part two, and I just never got through it. Now I'm in part three, Stardust Crusaders. But this is also long, dude. It's like 48 episodes long.
Yeah, no, that's the longest arc in the entire series. Like every other part is like around like about
What, 24 episodes?
about 38, but yeah.
38 episodes per. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm loving it so far. It's great. It's a great story that's being told, and I think it's really just fun. Characters are wild. I loved the hotel episode where they're like fighting the that one like puppet stand or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, and Yaba and her stand Justice, right?
No. I haven't seen Justice yet. It's
Right, that happens way later. My bad.
I was watching. I just got to that episode, so I left off on that. I'm gonna start it up part one.
Okay, yeah, no, you're talking about that one fucker in his stand, the devil. Yeah, I know that one.
Oh yeah, the devil one. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the sacrifice. What was it called? Devil sacrifice? Is that
That's
right?
what it was, yeah. And fucking Polnareff, like that's become a meme now in the community where it's like he can't go to the bathroom for like 0.5 seconds without like some weird fucking shit happening.
Yeah, no, he can't do anything without something going on. And then like he was trying to hit on that one girl, and it turns out she was just some ugly witch disguised. And it was like anyway, crazy. Yeah, that's super fun. I need to get on some other shows as well. My girl and I haven't really been watching anything yet. We've been watching Strange Planets on Apple TV. That's right.
Oh, nice.
That's been really fun. It's just based off that little comic strip. I think I talked about it before. The news has been kind of crazy, man. There's like over here where we're at, in Cali. There's the hurricane or the storm going on in LA, and there was an earthquake today, dude.
Yeah, no, and then in fucking Texas, like those fucking QAnon weirdos are being led now by a 13-year-old girl. So yeah.
Sorry, what is going on with that? I haven't heard the story.
Okay, so I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not like doing it directly from the article, but so there was a bunch of QAnon weirdos
just a
in
quick
Texas.
summary.
Yeah, so a bunch of QAnon weirdos in Texas thought that JFK Jr. and his father were going to return from the dead because they faked their deaths all those years ago, and were going to lead the charge against the cabal of pedophile, baby-eating Satanists, Yeah.
What does the world come to? I worry about like America, man.
Yeah.
I worry. We're doomed.
And that's not the weirdest part. They claim to see like dead celebrities like all around them, including the Rolling Stones, accusing them of being like dead celebrities in disguise, like Elvis Presley and Michael Jackson.
I ain't gonna say that there isn't a single conspiracy I ain't a little skeptical about. That's definitely one that I'm like, that's like out of the fucking ballpark of possibilities that I could possibly fucking think. What would be the point to that? That would cost so much more, and like there's not a dude. There's like, okay, we might have talked about this, but a few months back, I'm pretty sure everything's happening so quickly, so it's hard to keep track of
Yeah.
time. It's an illusion. But there was like a guy, there was like a military guy, right? Who
Yeah.
like he leaked military like intel on a Minecraft Discord server.
Yeah.
And it was like the only reason he needed was because he was in a Minecraft Discord server where they share racist memes and other stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
And there was some guy who was like, he was like, so this guy was bloating. He was like, oh, I've got high level security clearance, and then someone was like, no, you don't, you cuck, and then he just started posting battle plans for Ukraine because he just wanted to prove himself something. And so it's like there's not a single if there was like a really high conspiracy theory, there's not a single person who wouldn't be able to keep their mouth shut about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like, oh my god.
someone
Like,
would say something, dude.
yeah, like, a fuck like that can leak classified documents onto a Minecraft Discord server. The former president can, like, hoard a bunch of classified intel at his place in
That's actually
Mar-a-Lago.
really dangerous as well. I don't know why he didn't do anything with any of that. That's really like
Yeah, and for, like,
it's
weeks,
beyond
too. Like,
me.
literally, the government was just like, hey, can we please have those back? Like, we're asking nicely. It's just like, no, we can't. Like, if there is a genuine conspiracy, how the fuck does it not slip out by now? Like, what the fuck? How is there no shred of evidence other than the geometra, like, fucking code reading that they're all fucking doing?
You know what's gonna be disappointing is like Trump's gonna like be like, I know all of the answers to those. And it's just boring. There's like nothing's interesting about the documents. It's like there's no grand conspiracy that's like particularly like eye catching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like the documents say like the rich rule the world because of like lobbying. And it's like, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's not a conspiracy.
But going back to the
This is
QAnon
fact.
thing, aside from JFK apparently and his son coming back from the dead, and seeing Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley amongst the Rolling Stones, aside from that, that's not the weird.
These QAnon folks.
That's not the weird part with the QAnon folks. The weirdest part is their specific like sect cult leader of this particular group died in a motorcycle accident, and they thought it was a conspiracy that he was getting close to the truth and whatnot, or this is all part of the plan and whatnot. And then lo and behold, this kid that he groomed to be like the next leader of his cult, this 13-year-old girl is now leading the cult.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for both the people following her and for her because like
Yeah.
Getting that young and getting so, I mean, for lack of a better word, indoctrinated into this thinking is like, I really can't imagine how she's gonna adjust as an adult. This is gonna really, that's just not good.
And those evangelicals, man, they love grooming kids to be like the future of like leading this, cult like faith and whatnot they got going on.
They do. I also worry because there's probably gonna be pedophiles within QAnon, and so anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately, like all the shit that they're talking about, like other people being pedophiles and doing sick shit to kids. I hate to tell you guys, but the call is coming from inside the house. Like,
yeah, no, for real. It's like it's too often that it's one of their own.
And honestly, it makes more sense too from like a logical standpoint. Like, who would you trust with youngsters? The weird guy on the corner of your street, or a trusted figure in your local church group, youth group, like doing like camps and like stuff like that, Someone who's an active member of the community. It makes the most sense.
No, totally. They're an active suspect. But
yeah.
Yeah, and the world I don't know. I really wonder. I see posts on Twitter, and like I feel like I've never seen these before until they were promoted by Elon, of course, after he bought it. Like I see posts about people doubting stuff.
Yeah.
About like making up these conspiracies about fucking grocery market chicken. It's like I feel like there's a major like just a what they call it? Mass hysteria going on.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of worrisome. Honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen next, dude. Things are not well.
No.
Makes me nervous every day, dude. It's just everything's tense.
No, there's a mental health crisis across this entire country, and it's fucking equal parts hysterical and also worrying at the same time.
It's extremely disconcerting, and
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just still a great. Yeah, it's scary. The fucking America living here blows, dude. It really just blows.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then fucking our politicians are so old, they're like falling apart, but not giving up power. They don't even know where they are, and they're voting on things that'll impact all of us.
Yeah. But on the
I
bright
don't
side,
know.
I would not want to live anywhere else. It's too fucking fun and exciting to, think about living anywhere else.
No, for real, it is fun and exciting, and there's like a lot of there's like a lot of cool legal shit going on here. We can like at least like get weed and like, but no, I mean like yeah, and then like just climate change is like get really bad, and like that scares
Yeah.
me too, and no one's doing anything about it, and like they say like oh people like little people should like reuse, reduce, and recycle and drink paper straws, and like but the ultra rich can like use private jets and do all this other bullshit. But
Yeah,
anyway,
just fucking roll coal on a regular fucking basis, like just flying to and from their places in private jets. Like,
yeah,
god
but
damn it.
but yeah, so it's and then it's like I was watching a TikTok of someone explain that there have been um I don't remember what the term he called it was, but it was disasters, natural disasters that have cost over $1 billion to repair. There have been 60 of those in the last 3 years. That's like
60.
20 a year.
What the fuck? Wow. No wonder our
We're getting
economy is
like
shit.
we're getting like catastrophic damages, and I don't even think that's just national. I think that's international. Um, Maybe it is nationally. I don't remember, but that's just like really kind of dangerous. I'm kind of thinking like that's not really a good thing to be going on because it used to be that like you know those would have there'd be like 3 and 10 years or something he was saying, and now it's jumped, and that's like a clear sign that like the Earth's not doing so well. We should stop doing the shit we're doing, and like I see shit like in where I live is like you know, and it's just the nature of the Bay Area right now. It's constructed as like nothing is accessible by foot or by public transit, particularly
Yeah.
see right in like in a manner that would make it like a walkable city or whatever. So to get to anywhere, you have to use your car. I mean, like even for my girlfriend, she could potentially walk 20 minutes to get to her grocery store, her local Safeway, but there's no fucking sidewalk in some parts of like that walk, and so it's like, what are you supposed to do? So like, you have to take your car, you have to use gas, and you have to do that anywhere. And like, no one can get to work reliably on public transit on time, so they need their cars. And so like,
Yeah.
the freeways are packed with just these fucking from Russia, and then like rush hour is getting worse. It's like there's traffic at like 10 in the morning now. It's like on a weekday. I'm like, what the fuck? And it just doesn't make any sense. Well, it's just mostly because people don't know how to fucking merge. But like, I'm
True.
not even kidding. Like, it really just irked me one day. So I don't know if you remember, but and I'm sure people locals will be able to remember, will be able to recognize this. But like, I was going on 87 north, right, like through
Yeah.
San Jose, going up towards where it turns into like 101, right past like north. It was like past Taylor Street there, I think.
Yeah.
And like, you're going up there, you're getting onto 101, and like 101 was blocked up. But it wasn't for any particular fucking reason. The reason is it's because those three lanes merge into one eventually, and no one could figure out how the fuck to do it properly. And so everyone spent an extra 5 minutes getting onto the freeway and getting onto our destination. And so I was like, bro, what the fuck? And it irked me.
I could feel myself getting an aneurysm just thinking about that, honestly.
It's fucking stupid. And so like, yeah, and so yeah, it just feels like there's like not a lot to look forward to. Like, we used to be hopeful about the future, and now we're all just kind of like whatever about it, you know?
No, I think we've all kind of accepted our cyberpunk dystopia that we're going into. Like,
No,
but not even like the cool kind, not even like, just, oh, we get cybernetics and shit already. It's like, no, it's just all the dumb shit and none of the cool shit.
yeah, no, it's all
Yeah.
the it's a capitalist um dystopia, man. It's like it's the ultra rich doing well and everyone below them not doing well and no one being able to do a thing about it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's just kind of crazy, man. Life's getting nuts and it's just a little hard to handle. But anyway,
Yeah.
you know,
It is
it
what it
really does.
is.
It really does just fucking worry me sometimes, man. Like, I mean, I don't really. There's something's got to give, right? So like, I really, I'm wondering if like there's going to be an eventual wake up call or something to people and be like, wait a minute, we can't be living like this.
I
But
think there has to be because, like, there's a point that's like made in the movie Mission Impossible Fallout. Like, usually with like great tragedies, there's like a great length of like peace and like understanding and whatnot, kind of togetherness. The greater the tragedy, the greater the peace. Like, as much as people dog on like the events of like 9/11, that moment did bring a lot of people together over like this unified like sorrow and whatnot, and kind of like, oh, we should really kind of like band together and do something about this, you know?
no, totally. I mean, that's true. And
Yeah.
I think there's glimmers of it, right? I think like things like the writer's strike or people doing like efforts to improve just people's like quality of life is like really cool, and I think that's really valuable and
Yeah.
important. And I like seeing those efforts. It's just feels like a lot of it gets outweighed, but I mean, who knows, man. But
Yeah. But unfortunately, because we're like also like numb to like all the crazy shit that happens, like for a while we're just like, oh man, a school shooting has just happened. It's like, well, which one is that one this time? Like number 67? Like what?
yeah, it's like number 3 this week, man. Come on, keep up. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
It's like, whatever. Thoughts and prayers. Move on. Like, it's got to take like a serious, like, like fucked up thing to happen to be like, holy shit, we really need to change our lifestyles. Like all of us. Like fucking hell.
I don't know, man. I wonder because I mean, again, I think 9/11. I think your point to that is like that did bring a lot of unity, but that also brought a lot of bad shit, like indiscriminate mass surveillance, Islamophobia.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because that's
uh,
unfortunately a side effect of fear. Like it tends to, create like paranoia, and it just like creates alienation. So yeah.
no, for sure. And I mean, and then so yeah, now we're in the weird state of things we are now. Um,
Well, I blame it on fucking Harambe. If they didn't shoot Harambe, I swear to fucking God, things would be different.
still can't go through airport security without my shoes on. Which like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Um, I'm sure they found other ways to sneak bombs in the last 20 years, guys. Like,
Yeah. If people can
it's all
sneak
just
drugs up their rectum, they can sneak C4 up their rectum. Come on, guys.
no, for sure. But
Yeah.
people hate this, but TSA is just security theater. Fuck you. I don't care. You guys aren't protecting shit.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure
You
I can
guys
get
aren't
some
doing shit.
illegal shit through TSA, but I just don't because I don't want to get groped. I mean, as much
Yeah.
fun as it would be to get groped by the TSA, I'm just not gonna.
I am not. I am a coward when it comes to like breaking the rules. I get very paranoid. I was traveling by flight the first time I came back from Washington, and my buddy had snuck some edibles in my bag, which are both legal in this state and that state.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, oh God, can I sneak it across state lines? Is that drug trafficking? So I just scarfed him before I even went through TSA, and I was really high on the flight. And so,
I mean, that's better because then if there's a crying baby, you're too in the fucking zone to be like,
I was
whatever, man.
suited. I'm sure the woman next to me did not appreciate me being that fucking high because I remember like sitting there and like I was baked. And I turned to her. She gave me a look, and I was like, "She's mad."
She's mad that you didn't give her some. That's what's up.
That's what she's mad.
She's like, God damn it, this motherfucker's on cloud nine, and I gotta deal with reality. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, no,
Fuck it.
I was suited.
Oh.
But yeah, so I'm never gonna sneak shit through TSA. What I do want to do at some point is I want to bring a suitcase full of toilet paper rolls. That's all I want to be packed with, just toilet paper rolls. And they're they'll be like, why the fuck do you have this? And like, I'm going for a week in Thailand. And all right, give me a sec.
Bruh, what the fuck?
Because the food's gonna give me the shits, man. Because like I can't handle that much spice.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I mean, like, if I wasn't such like a sore thumb, if I went to Japan, like, I would immediately go to Japan with as many like potato chips in my bag as possible.
Oh no, 100%.
Yeah.
Their snacks are like gas.
Yeah, no, and they got like a weird like fascination with like American potato chip brands. So like apparently there's a whole market. They will pay top dollar for American brand potato chips.
Oh, interesting. Well, it's all probably because of all the oil and salt.
Yeah.
There's like these Japanese chips I got that are like shrimp chips. They're really good.
Oh, I think I know which ones you're talking about. The ones that are kind of like puffy, like a cheese puff.
Yeah, they're like a corn puff. Yeah,
Yeah, I fucking love
with
those,
like
man. They
shrimp flavoring on
slap.
them. They're sweet. The garlic ones, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to travel to. I need to traveling to other countries. It's expensive. I mean, just planning this trip alone. I mean,
Yeah.
they keep throwing out numbers and stuff, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And it's hard to keep track of. But
I
and
know.
that alone, I still owe you for the flight, I think, and you owe me for the hotel, right? We can work that out eventually. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to
Wait,
save
I
up
owe you for the hotel?
because I booked the hotel, right?
Oh, I mean, if you don't
Well,
pay
you
me
book.
back for the flight, then that's like the flight money right there. So I mean, we can call it even Stevens right there.
Oh, that sounds good to me. I figured
Yeah.
we'd just split the difference of both. You know, like combine them and half them.
Yeah.
And so whatever is left over, I would probably owe you for the flight. Anyway, no worries. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Because honestly, a
But
flight costs way more than fucking hotel booking. I'll tell you that, brother.
it does indeed. Well,
Yeah.
our flight tickets were how much? They were like 3K.
I think
Was it
3K.
2K?
No, I think it was like 2K total. It might have been like 2.5K total, but yeah, it was fucking expensive.
It
Like,
was something like 2,500 together. Yeah,
yeah,
we are making a one-way trip each time, so I get it.
makes
That's
sense.
the
What is that?
expensive
14-hour
option.
flight, right? So yeah,
I have no idea how long it is, and I don't really care at this point. I'm sure I'll be fine. Yeah, but the good folks. I'm gonna end this episode on a lighter note. So just take care of yourselves. Be well
yeah.
to others. We're all just little dudes on a planet, just all trying to survive. So and just we're all having human experiences, and just be a little compassionate to each other. And that is us clocking out. I think we'll catch you guys next week.
I think so. This is the 9 to 5 boys signing off. Ka-chunk.